I can't imagine how this is all going to look 30 years from now. I really do believe it's reminiscent of, when you and I were dialing into AOL in the 90s. I couldn't imagine I would be on this podcast with you using maybe ChatGPT to create content. Yeah, I just 30 years from now, how do you think this is all going to look?
Well, I think that we're also still kind of early. So you made a really good point about the user experience for blockchain versus what the user experience for AI has been, right? So because AI tools have done a better job at reducing that customer friction and making it, a super sleek and a super direct and really easy to use thing, where blockchain it's a little bit more complex and it has, stages of complexity as you're going through like a setup process for things. And yeah, you made a really good point though about that. It's that user experience is actually very similar to when email was coming out, right? So when you think about like what email was in the early 1990s, it was a command that you would type, and then you had to know the format of that command in order to type it, and you wrote it in like a, you know, like command line tool. And you like that still happens today. It's just we've made that process so much simpler and cleaner for the user that like my grandma can drag and drop a photo into Gmail, and she doesn't have to know that command, which is a very, that's a very rigid way to think about having to do something. Whereas you could just drag drop and not have to remember the wording or the syntax, so to speak, of that thing, right?
No,
So I
you
think